Hey there, wrestling gurus. It's your host with the most, teamryry, back with another teamryry Wrestling Podcast Edition, episode number 2. Now, I have a guest on my show. He will plug his channel and all good stuff. We have a lot to discuss. So you guys can follow me on Twitter. All my contacts will be down below. Okay, my friend, take it away.
Hey, this is Tony Kegger. You can follow me on Twitter at Tony Kegger.
Okay, thank you, Tony, to come on board.
All right, thank you.
You're very welcome. Okay, the first thing I want to discuss is about the late great is Owen Hart. I was a fan of him back in the day. Um, my brother and myself saw him live in living color in Chicago, Illinois at SummerSlam '94, the very first event at the United Center, the old school cage match, the blue one. And the reason I'm saying that, I guess the report is from DVD News. They are gonna make a documentary matches and all hoopla of the late great of Owen Hart. So, what's your thoughts on that story, Tony?
I'm looking forward to it because so there isn't a Owen Hart documentary out right now, but there is. If you have the WWE Greatest Stars of the '90s DVD, they do have like a 7-minute feature on Owen Hart, and it was really cool. So I can't wait to see like a full documentary on him.
Yes. He's on the W Network. He's even on the Hart Foundation DVD a while
Right.
back. What else DVD he's on?
I know it was the Attitude Era's DVDs that came out recently. He's there's a bunch of matches on those ones
Okay.
featuring him.
Now, a while back, the widow of Owen Hart, Martha Hart, she sued W a while back, like what, several times, correct, Tony?
Um, yeah, I think maybe. I know she sued at least one.
Okay, did she win or lost? I don't remember.
I don't know because if she was trying to like keep him off DVDs and stuff, she obviously lost because they've been showing a lot of Owen Hart matches on a lot of their DVDs. So
Yeah,
I don't know.
pretty
I don't know
much.
I don't know what she was suing him over and like what were the thing in the lawsuit.
I don't know. So tell the viewers about the latest about the Martha Hart thing that was Owen Hart, if they don't know already.
Well, so the original wrestling DVD news article said there's gonna be an Owen Hart documentary, and it's got the full support by Owen Hart's wife Martha. And then like a day later, or 2 days later, they issued an apology saying that Martha Hart contacted them and said how she does not have their support and she will never support WWE again. How she had no idea. Somebody told her that they read the article about her, that mentioned her, and she had no idea WWE was even making a DVD, and she was not involved in the process at all.
So do you think they're still gonna make it, or do you think it's not gonna happen now because of what happened to Martha Hart now?
I still think they're gonna make it, but I kind of wish they would have her support because it'd be nice to see her in a documentary. So I'm kind of disappointed about that.
Yeah, me too. I mean, of course, if they go along with it, I guaranteed wrestling fans out there who's listening, Martha Hart is gonna sue WWE once again if they go along with the documentary.
Uh, yeah, I know she can sue. She thinks that WWE is like exploiting his death for to make money. Which I don't know. I mean, she could have a point. I felt like kind of did that with Ultimate Warrior. Like they made 2 DVDs since he's died.
Yeah. And frankly, about the subject here, they don't need to make another Ultimate Warrior DVD. They don't. Once
Well, they
once
made 2 already.
once is enough. The first one back in the day
Yeah.
was not very good because Warrior was not part of it. The second one was pretty good. The third one, I'm not gonna spend money on because probably will be on a damn network anyway. So why even waste more money? But that's just my opinion on it. You know, my thoughts on it. You know.
Like the second one, yeah, they've already aired like a multiple documentary in network, so I
Yeah.
think it's almost gonna be the same.
Yeah.
There's like some new footage,
Yeah.
and the matches I heard are like squash matches, so they're not even good matches.
Nope.
So yeah, I would never buy the second one. Maybe the first one, because I heard the first one's like pretty
Nope.
good.
I'm not gonna buy no more wrestling DVDs because the network is messing things up. But whatever, that's just a different topic.
Right,
But
right.
about back what I was saying about the first discussion. Owen Hart is a awesome high flyer. I'm really bummed out. I think I talked to my friend named Kevin recently that he was never WF champion, and it's bullshit because at the time McMahon loves the big guys like Hogan, a Macho Man. I know Macho Man was not really a big guy, but you know what I'm saying.
Yeah,
He liked Batista, um, like over and over. But now he's changing his tune, like CM Punk, Daniel Bryan, Dolph, and the guys. Those guys deserve it too. But sometimes the big guys, they don't need to become champion. You know what I'm saying?
yeah. I do think if Owen Hart was wrestling today, he would have been champion at least once. Because Christian was champion.
Yeah.
And so Owen Hart's better than Christian, I think.
But look at Chris Benoit. He was not a heavyweight. He was a like Daniel Bryan. But I am so
Yeah.
glad that Chris Benoit was the champion. Yes, wrestling fans, I mentioned his name, but I think McMahon needs to change his tune about these super heavyweights. Sometimes you gotta use the little guys to become champion, like Rey Mysterio. But I was not a big fan of Rey Mysterio. I mean, I was, but I was not. When he was world champion, the only reason he was champion because of Eddie Guerrero's death. You probably agree with that, right, Tony?
Um, I was taking a break from wrestling during that time, but yeah, I read about it. It sounds like they were just like they're trying to make it look like they're best friends, and yeah, trying to make it for storyline purposes. That's what it made Rey's champion. That's what it seems like
Yeah, but
because of the timing.
yeah, it's very stupid. If Eddie Guerrero never passed away, Rey Mysterio will never become world heavyweight champion. I mean, he was great in the cruiserweight division, especially in WCW. But that was a whole different ball game.
Mm-hmm.
Another thing I want to discuss. What's your thoughts on Hogan? Is got okay by the doctors and is gonna wrestle at WrestleMania 32 in Dallas, Texas.
Okay, my thoughts is that I'm kind of excited about it. It depends how to use him. I think if you put him in a tag team match, I think that's great. You have him have him outside for most of the match, have him take the hot tag and do his highlights, have his big boot, do his leg drop. If it's singles match, it depends who he's facing. But WrestleMania 32 is going to be the biggest WrestleMania of all time. They got to do something to sell it out, and I think adding Hogan would be another way for them to get closer to 100,000 fans.
Yeah, and I guarantee it's gonna break the record from. They want to shatter it from. Excuse me, from WrestleMania 30. They want to have, of course, Taker and Sting, Hogan, maybe versus John Cena. I doubt that's gonna happen. Or maybe they would tag, or another blockbuster match will be Triple H and The Rock. First time ever a one-on-one match at Mania. So they want to stack the card for WrestleMania 32, and they better do it correctly. Better build up and way better matches. I mean, don't get me wrong. WrestleMania 31 was awesome. The build up was kind of horseshit, but I was very surprised the matches was great at WrestleMania 31. You know what I'm saying, Tony?
Yeah.
So I mean, sometimes the matches. I mean, now these days, I guess WWE don't give a fucking shit about the storylines. They just want to have decent matches for Mania. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I kind of wish they'd build their stories a little better.
Yeah, but look at they just get so lazy. I give you example. The IC title picture leading up for WrestleMania 31 was not that good, but the match was freaking awesome at WrestleMania 31, Tony.
Yeah,
But they could do way better for the IC belt, for the build up, you know? It's like a freaking hot potato, and that's not how you do it, you know? I think they should just do it way better. Do you like that storyline, or do you think it would be a better build up?
as well as matches that it's a ladder match and has some big guys in it, so it's like no matter what storyline you did, people are
Yeah,
gonna want to see it.
I agree. Another thing I want to discuss. Taz left TNA for personal reasons. Now, I'm hearing just from the internet that there's a possibility he might return to the WWE. What's your thoughts, Tony?
I mean, so what we do in WWE? I mean, as an announcer, okay, maybe I think we'll put him on SmackDown, but he's not gonna wrestle or anything. So I'm kind of curious, what his role would be.
I think that'd be a great put him back to SmackDown because he was great back in the day when he used to say, "Well, here comes the pain," but Brock Lesnar is not back yet. So if Brock Lesnar come back, maybe sooner than later. Of course, Brock Lesnar is not gonna come back until SummerSlam, and if Taz come back around that time, that'd be perfect. He's gonna say that again, you know?
Yeah. So I'm guessing maybe they get rid of what's his name, the guy who's on SmackDown right now. So there's Michael Cole, Jerry Lawler, and the other guy. I forget his name.
I mean, Brian.
Brian Saxon.
Yeah,
Yeah. Maybe take him out and replace him with Taz.
Yeah, put Brian.
Saxon.
Yeah, and just leave him on the W Network, you know?
Yeah, or put him in the pre-show or something.
Yeah, because I think Taz does a pretty good job when he used to do it for WWE. I don't follow him as much on TNA because I don't have the channel. I did, and they got rid of it from my provider, but that's a different ball game. Speaking of TNA, do you have the TNA channel?
I do, but I really haven't been watching much TNA since they channel. But yeah, I did look. I do have a channel.
Okay, do you like it, the new home, or you prefer back with Spike TV?
If I had to choose, I would pick Spike just because it was easier channel to find.
Yeah, you're right.
Plus, more people have Spike TV too. I think probably a lot of people don't have Destination America.
Nope. I never heard of it until someone told me about it.
Yeah, but I can't really answer that question because I honestly have not seen a full episode of TNA since they moved over, so I couldn't tell you if it looks better or not.
Why did they leave Spike? Is it the contract, or is it because the views sucked, or what? What happened?
So I'm not exactly sure, but I think Spike TV decided they don't want wrestling on their channel anymore.
Oh, is it because TNA was not doing that great entertainment, or is it because Spike they want a more wrestling period?
I think the ratings were okay. They weren't great, but I think they're still getting 1 million viewers per week or something.
I bet if WWE was there on Spike, like they used to be, Spike would keep WWE and then dump TNA. You think so or no?
Yeah, no. From what I heard, I think they just they didn't want wrestling on Spike TV anymore. It was like a programming change.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. I really don't know much about it.
Now, speaking of networks, if USA ever drops WWE, what will happen to WWE on Raw? What will happen?
Oh, I'm sure they have a lot of options. I thought I heard AMC wanted Raw, ESPN wanted them. I'm sure they would have a bunch of places they can go.
ESPN, that'd be kind of weird because a lot of people don't have ESPNs, you know.
Really?
I mean, some people, a lot of people don't have cable still, you know.
Yeah, but I'm thinking if you don't have ESPN, you probably don't have USA either.
Yeah, that's true.
But USA is owned by NBC, so that would kind of limit. If they left USA, that would kind of limit to which channels they can go to.
Yeah, what do you mean for wrestling? It's like you tell me, is there only a limit they only could be on? Like only USA they could be on?
No, I'm saying USA Network is owned by NBC.
Oh, they are?
Yeah. So I think like Sci-Fi Channel's owned by NBC too. That's why SmackDown is on Sci-Fi.
I think SmackDown should go to a different network because it's weird. Why can't it go back to you like they used to be?
Um, well, they used to be on like UPN, but UPN's gone now.
What happened to UPN? They got bought out.
Yeah, it's like My Network TV now or something.
Okay, yeah.
But I don't know. Yeah, but I don't know. I mean,
What?
I think W each wanted like both shows to be under like because I think the channel they're on before was owned by NBC. So I guess they just wanted like both shows be on like a NBC network.
Why can't Raw can be on Channel 7? That'd be kind of weird, huh? Channel 7?
And ABC.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I can't.
I mean, they could be, but like right now they're under contract with
USA.
USA Network.
Hey, by the way, can you look that up and see how many years W signed with USA, please? If you don't mind.
Yeah, I could try.
If,
So they didn't just sign a new contract with them?
I don't know what year they signed me. I think 05 they did.
I thought they just got a new TV deal like recently, like this year or last year.
Looking
Yeah, here. So they got a new deal. Let me see if I can find like how many
years.
years.
Okay.
So according to this, they got a new deal. See how many years it says.
Probably 7-year deal.
This is a multi-year deal. It doesn't really say how many years, but this was from 2015. This is from 2014. This article's from.
So it's from last year then.
Also, I got to mention that Total Divas is on ETV. It looks like ETV is another NBC channel.
Oh really?
Yeah, it looks like it.
Oh wow.
Yeah, ETV. NBC owns USA, Sci-Fi, the Bravo Network, ETV, and a bunch of other channels.
So if NBC ever goes belly up, then W will be screwed in.
I don't know. I think they would be able to find somewhere else to go.
Yeah, that's true.
Or they can just put every episode on the W Network.
I think eventually, I know a lot of my viewers will not agree with that. I think W will eventually go to W Network. Do you think what's gonna happen or no?
Well, so right now they have what, like 1.5 million subscribers.
Yeah, I don't know if that's good or bad.
I think they're hoping that eventually they get like well, I mean, how many subscribers does Netflix have?
Shit, probably a lot. I don't pay attention to that stuff.
They're probably not gonna be that popular, but I think once they get to a certain amount of subscribers, they might think about just putting everything on. Because right now, I think they have a deal where they can put Raw on the network, but it has to be like 4 weeks after it airs.
Yeah, I mean, for example, I think they should just do it right away.
Yeah, but I think they can't because of USA. Like USA won't want to air them immediately. They can air like NXT immediately, but that's because NXT is like owned by the W Network. They don't have a TV deal.
Yeah. Let's switch gears. Do you think sometime this year or next year that Dolph Ziggler will be back in the main event status again?
Yeah, I don't know because there's so many people like ahead of my fielders.
Yeah, I know. Yep.
There's Rollins, Orton, Roman Reigns, Bray Wyatt.
Yep.
Daniel Bryan, if he ever comes back, Brock Lesnar still in the mix. John Cena's still in the mix. Like Rusev's getting a push. So I feel like there's too many people ahead of him.
Yeah, John Cena's always in the mix in the main event. So,
yeah.
Speaking of John Cena, he does not need to be in the main event no more to his end of his career. I know a lot of wrestling fans would not agree with that, but that is damn true. He don't need any more main event status. He does not need any more damn titles. He's Zippo, nothing. But in hold on. In my eyes, I'm right. In the WWE world, WWE, no, because that won't be good for business. You know what I'm saying, Tony?
Yeah.
Because you know what? It'd be good for ratings because he's on Raw, SmackDown, pay-per-views overseas, that bullshit. I am not a Cena fan, will never will be, because He does the same old shit. The moves. I know he just made a new move recently, and whatever. But go ahead. I'm sorry to cut you off. What are we gonna say now?
Yeah, you know what? I kind of agree with you. But once in a while, there's a Cena match I really want to see when he was facing CM Punk in 2011, or when he was facing Lesnar in 2012, or when he was facing The Rock in I think that was 2012.
Yep.
You know, once in a while there's this one Cena match that you have to put in the main event because it's just a big match that people want to see it, even though they don't even like John Cena. But it's still big enough that people are going to want to see it.
Yeah, I agree, but I don't understand. Speaking of Punk, when he was a champion, he was never the main guy, the main eventer. And that is freaking bullshit. They put John Cena over Punk. And that makes no sense. I know John Cena been in the company for many, many decades. And Punk, he worked his ass off. He was the longest champion. And I think WWE should have made Punk the main eventer that one time. Whatever, you know what I'm saying? I think there's a lot of people backstage like John Cena more than Punk that run, you know.
Yeah.
But do you think so, or do you think it's just me saying that?
Then what? That people like Cena more than Punk
Yeah,
backstage.
yeah,
I think Cena was easier to deal with. I heard people like having to work with Punk. Like he was hard to work with. I kept.
yeah. For example, Ryback doesn't like Punk because I guess Punk got hurt because Ryback he threw off or whatever back in the day.
Yeah.
So
That's what Punk said.
yeah, I don't know if it's really
who knows if
true.
it's true or not.
Speaking of Ryback, are you a fan of him as a heel face, or do you think he will be ever a main eventer?
I don't know. I mean, Ryback was kind of cool. Like when he first debuted, he had like whole like the Goldberg thing where he was like beating guys in 2 minutes.
Yes.
But he can't really wrestle a match longer than 5 minutes without being bad. He's good in that like quick 2 minute wrestling. But any match he gets like 10 or 15 minutes.
Yeah.
They're kind of boring.
Yeah, I cannot stand his finishing move. I think they built him not correctly. They should use him his old gimmick back in the day when he was with the Nexus. I think it was Skip, right? Shield, I think.
Yeah, Skip Sheffield.
They should kept that gimmick and just make him as a heel, but they fucked it up, and the rest is history, you know.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think he's that terrible, but
No, he's not.
I don't know.
But WWE make him as a he just keep jobbing at one time. He's like a bully, and in the backstage, I forgot what pay-per-view was. He was messing with the people was getting ready for the food, you know, and he was dumping shit over the food, you know, soup. Remember that time?
Yeah, I remember that. In fact, that was like SummerSlam or something.
Yeah, that was stupid. You know, come on now.
So I remember watching it in a sports bar, I think. So it must have been like a big event, like SummerSlam or something.
Yeah, and it was very stupid, you know. But whatever. But let's switch gears and discuss about what would be a great pay-per-view next year for Chicago. We all know that they just had Extreme Rules recently, so what would be a good pay-per-view for 2016 for Chicago?
Yeah, because it seems like in the last 4 years they've been going back and forth between Payback and Extreme Rules.
Yeah.
Maybe they can bring Money in the Bank back. But what I'd like to see is there's never been a Hell in a Cell match in Chicago before.
Never. That'd be sweet.
And I even say it's already confirmed that Royal Rumble is not going to be in Chicago next year.
Nope. It's in Orlando.
Yeah, and I don't know if they're going to bring a SummerSlam here.
Nope.
Probably not.
Nope.
So if I had to pick one, I would say either TLC or Hell in a Cell would be pretty cool.
Yeah, I like to see like the road to WrestleMania, but that's not gonna happen. I don't think we're gonna get Fast Lanes. I know Fast Lanes was not that great this past February, but it was okay. But it could be way better. When are we gonna find out when we're gonna get a pay-per-view? When do you think we're gonna find out?
Well, so there's a Raw in July.
What?
The next Raw is in July.
Okay.
And then there's another Raw. might be another Raw later this year, but I know the first Raw in 2016 is in March, I think.
Okay.
So then maybe sometime after that, maybe sometime around there we'll find out what the next pay per view would be.
I just
Or
hope
maybe in December.
I don't want to have like in December one because then I can't go because of snow, you know.
No, I mean so Extreme Rules was announced last December when they had the house show here.
He did?
Yeah, that's when they announced it.
Wow, that early? Wow.
Well, it was only like 3 months early because the house shows in December, the pay per views in April, so maybe like 4 months early or something. Yeah. So maybe they wouldn't announce it that early for next year because we know they're not going to have a pay per view in April most likely. But maybe they'll announce it in March when they come to Raw next year.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. Now, speaking of Extreme Rules, you were there, I was there, my brother was there. What match did you like or did not like? I know you did a review on it. So what matches did you like or did not like?
Well, I'm just giving you my favorite match, my least favorite match. So my favorite match was the tag team match with New Day and Cesaro and Kid. I thought that was great. Yeah. It sounds like everybody else liked that match too.
Yeah.
And the worst match, probably pick any of the matches from the last 4 other than Roman Reigns and Big Show. I mean, the Divas match was kind of boring. I don't know. I didn't really watch it. The Cena match was kind of boring, and the Orton Rollins match was kind of disappointing.
Yeah. So
one of those 3 matches, like, I don't know.
So you don't care for the main event cage match?
Somebody made a good point that I was listening to a podcast, and they're saying how because Kane was there, you knew at some point Kane was going to interfere. So then, so all the near falls were not believable because you knew the match couldn't end until Kane showed up.
Yep. So
I guess that would hurt a lot.
So
I mean, it probably would have been better if Kane wasn't there.
Was not there?
Yeah, I think if Kane was not in the match or involved with the match, it might have been better.
I love the Daniel Bryan. Not Daniel Bryan. The Dean Ambrose match. But me and my brother did a review on it live. I wish they brought the cameras when they left the All-State Arena and see where they were going, but they kind of screwed up in that department, though, you know.
Yeah, somebody said it was funny. So I think they left in a black car.
Yeah.
Someone said it would be funny if they came back in a white car.
Why?
Because then they said how it was so crazy out there that they changed cars while they were away from the arena.
You know what they did? They just stayed in the parking lot until later on they came back. That's what they did, probably.
Yeah, of course.
I don't know why they didn't get out damn cameras. Is it because they don't want to do that, or is it because it's a different era?
I don't know. I mean,
or because they didn't get permission from Chicago just rolling on the streets. What do you think? You think that's the problem? You think?
Yeah, they weren't gonna film anything in the streets.
They should.
I mean, they've never really done that before. I don't think.
Or they could just stay in a parking lot like they did back in the day. They could just do that. Have it all blocked off, you know.
Yeah, but I think they feel that they're kind of cheating the live audience and they have too much of the match like outside the ring, which I kind of agree with, because they're paying to watch the match and not paying to watch the Jumbotron.
That's true. But I think the pay-per-view was decent. You know, I know a lot of people are gonna shit on it because it's the day after WrestleMania 31. You know, but maybe Money will come back. Maybe Money in the Bank will come back to Chicago. Who knows? Another thing is the match I didn't like. The match was good. I just didn't like the stipulation. Is a Sheamus and Dolph stipulation. That stipulation sucks ass. It is boring.
Well, I read this article that had all the times for every segment.
Yeah.
And he said that post match thing with Ziggler trying to get Sheamus to kiss his ass.
Yeah.
That went 7 minutes long.
Oh.
I didn't realize it went that long, but I feel like that's way too long. You can't have that be 7 minutes long. It's almost longer than the whole match.
Yep. It wastes too much time, didn't it?
Yeah, and I felt like they're wasting a lot of time. I know it's 7 minutes. That's a lot of time.
Are you talking about the match or just what happened after the match?
No, all the stuff happened after the match. It took 7 minutes, and that seemed like way too much time.
The match was pretty good, wasn't it?
Yeah, the match was good. I liked the match, but and I didn't mind the stipulation, but I felt like they spent way too much time, like, waiting and stalling.
Yeah, and that's not really Extreme Rules stipulation. Should be like a table match or something like that. Come on, kiss my ass match. So stupid, you know.
Yeah, at least I had stipulation because like not every match on the card has stipulation, and in the past, like every Extreme Rules match had something. This one, like the Divas match had no stipulation. The New Day versus Cesaro and Kid had no stipulation. The pre-show match had no stipulation.
Damn.
So there was like, so at least had something.
Yeah, but I know a lot of people are getting burnt out with the Extreme Rules. What's your thoughts if they bring back a King Ring pay per view? I know they just had it on the network. I don't care. I mean, I don't watch it. I'll give my thoughts in the winter. So, would you like to see a King Ring pay per view on the network? I mean, on the network or just a real pay per view?
I wouldn't mind seeing them bring it back, but they got to do it right.
Yeah.
They got to do qualifying matches in Raw to decide who makes the tournament.
Yep.
They got to and have like the first round matches in Raw, and have like the semi. I think they have the quarterfinals, semifinals, and finals on the pay per view.
Yeah.
And then also have the winner of the tournament get a future like title shot. Have like something on the line. Not just like you get the crown, but have something more than that. Have them fight for something.
What?
Have them fight for something. Like have the winner of the King of the Ring like get a future like title shot.
Yep, I agree. Because in 2010 when Sheamus won it, did anything did that help him boost his career? No, he didn't get no title shots after that. Nothing. Did that happen for Sheamus back in the day?
I think I don't know. I mean, I think he won the title before he won the King of the Ring, so it doesn't really matter.
Yeah, see,
like, he was already a former champion. I think.
Yeah, it's a waste. Now this time around, they have a couple matches on Raw. When they announced it at the Extreme Rules. So really, King of the Ring, no build up, no qualifying matches for Raw. They just did it at the last minute. So that's done for WWE, you know?
Yeah, I wish they more like the whole thing less than 2 days.
Yeah, no
Monday
build up.
Tuesday.
They should have like about 3 weeks ago before the preview. Next week is gonna be the return of the King. It's gonna be qualifying matches. If you win this qualifying matches, they're gonna have the tournament on the pay-per-view. But nope, they didn't. You know?
Yeah, so I think there's 2 reasons why they did it that way. Either one, they were trying to see how the fans would respond to it, and if they got good response, then maybe next year they'll put more effort to it.
Okay.
Or B, they did this whole like WWE Network week last week, and they said like, what else can we do for this week? And so it was like, oh, let's add the King of the Ring tournament to it. So I hope it's not B. I hope it's A. It's B that they just did because they had, because last week they had the Foley show. They had the Jericho interview with Stephanie McMahon. I think they had like a bunch of stuff planned last week, or was that 2 weeks ago now? I feel they're adding more programming to the network, and I hope that it's not like, oh, let's just add it because it's another thing we can add to the network. I hope they did because they want to see if there's interest in it, and hopefully to bring it back next year and do a better job.
Yeah. Let's see. What else am I gonna say? Oh, by the way, I'm just curious. Are you gonna go meet the Undertaker in August at the Comic Con or no?
Oh, I've already been looking into it. Yeah, I've already decided I want to meet Undertaker, Randy Orton, and Daniel Bryan.
I want to meet the Taker so bad, but it's kind of pricey. I don't know if I could go a different direction and get tickets. Is that the only way I could get tickets? Is that Comic Con or is there a different way I could get tickets for that or no?
I think you're going to get a Comic Con.
Okay, shit. I know, but
let me say like what's going on for the viewers. So Comic Con's returning. Wizard World's coming to Chicago in August, and they're gonna have Undertaker, Sting, Daniel Bryan, Randy Orton, and Paige.
Wow.
Yeah, 40 weekend, like Monday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, like in the middle of August. So like for Undertaker, his VIP for his photo in Argaf costs like $279.
Jesus.
But if you just want his photo, That's 90, so it's a little cheaper.
Who is 90?
What's that?
Who?
90. If you pay $90, you can get Undertaker's photo only.
Yeah, see.
But it's a lot cheaper than getting everything.
What are you talking about? I can still go there only for a picture?
Well, you still got to buy a ticket to get in.
Yeah, see.
But you don't have to pay VIP to get his photo. You got to pay VIP to get his autograph though.
I'm confused. You gotta show me later off the podcast, but
Yeah, sure.
this guy,
Here's the links.
he is. That's a rare, very rare autograph and all that. So wrestling fans, if you live in the Chicago area or Indiana area, if you want to spend the money, go do it because you don't know when he's gonna come back. This is very rare, right, Tony?
Yeah, maybe when he comes back, he'll be like 70 or 80. You want to get a picture of him now when he's still like young looking. Who knows when you're gonna get our chance?
I guarantee it. Most wrestling fans or non-wrestling fans are just gonna probably get an autograph by him and probably put on eBay for money, and that's not good. And I don't know if Taker knows about it, and probably that's why he doesn't do it too often because he knows some wrestling fans or not really true wrestling fans sell that stuff on eBay, and then real wrestling fans will find it on eBay for a lot of money. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but I think if the last video game they had, 2K14 or something, they did a thing where if you pre-ordered it, you get a free autograph from Undertaker.
Yeah.
So his autograph's not rare. It's like as they meet him and getting a photo of him, that's kind of rare.
I wonder if he's already talked to Taker, or is he just like a quiet guy? You know?
Yeah, he doesn't make too many appearances.
I don't know if that was up to him or WWE asked him to say, Taker, can you make an appearance? And I don't know if he has agreed to it or I don't know how that all works out, you know?
I feel like some of it's like trying to protect his character. Like he's like one of the few characters left that like really protects his gimmick.
Oh.
It doesn't make many public appearances.
Well, what's wrong with that?
I think it's kind of cool.
I like to see him off character. That'd be freaking more awesome, or too, you know?
Yeah, he's done some interviews. I've seen him off character.
Yeah,
Pretty much like his bike. You remember his biker character when he's like the American Badass?
Yes.
I think his real life character is kind of like that.
Yeah. But I heard once his contract expires, he's gonna get like a legend contract. So I don't know if he's good. I mean, he's gonna be on TV more or less, right? If you get the legend contract.
I mean, he's barely on TV now.
Yeah, true. So I don't know what's the difference between this contract and the legend contract. What's the difference?
Well, I guess the legend contract would be more like what Shawn Michaels and Kevin Nash have, where they show up in Raw once in a while, but they're not gonna like wrestle.
Oh, so whenever he feel like it appearing, or is it up to WWE? Whenever they give him a call, right?
Yeah, and these legend contracts, like they still do appearances for WWE. Like they go to these events. So it's not just being on TV. They do other stuff too, I think.
Okay. Yeah, he needs to retire. I don't know how many years he got left on his contract. Probably he's like, what, 1 or 2 years? Maybe next year he's going to hang it up. You know, you never know, you know?
I don't know how many years he was left. He looked okay at WrestleMania this year. I think what they could do is have Undertaker versus Sting in a retirement match or something.
Yeah. You never know, but well, by the way, in the network, do you have a lot of delays or buffing on your end?
Sometimes I was just watching it last night and it was working pretty good.
What are you watching?
The live program. Yeah, I watch it on my computer sometimes. But live programming sometimes it gives me problems, especially like pay-per-views.
Oh, speaking of the W Network, we discussed this a little bit about Mick Foley show. So tell all the viewers what you're going to tell me off the podcast about Mick Foley's thing on the network, remember? You went to it, remember?
Yeah, so Mick Foley does his comedy show now. He's Mick Foley now, he's like a full-time stand-up comedian. Well, I don't know if I would call him a stand-up comedian, but he does he goes a lot of cities around the United States, and I think he goes to Europe too, in England. And he does a show where it's kind of a comedy show. But he doesn't really tell any jokes. He just tells like wrestling stories. But the way he tells them is kind of funny. And now they got this. I've already seen it once. It was like really good. I enjoyed it. And now on W Network they have he did a show in Florida and they taped it. And it's probably pretty much pretty much similar to the show I saw. And they taped it for a network, and now it's on demand on the W Network. It's like 1 hour long. I haven't seen all of it yet, but it looks pretty good. Just check it out. I haven't seen any of the shows yet.
Yeah, and if people want to go to this event, how much are tickets, Tony?
Well, I don't know if it's the same for every show, but over in the Chicago area, they had this comedy place called Zany's in Rosemont,
Okay.
and they charged me like $35 for a ticket. But my place, there's also a 2 drink limit, but that may not be or 2 drink requirement. But that might not be the same in all places. But I think it's not gonna cost you like $100. I think most places are gonna sell between like $25 and like $40. It's not too bad. It's affordable. It's worth it too. You can't regret paying it. And plus, there's a meet and greet afterwards where you can get an autograph whenever, get a photo with him.
What am I gonna say? I think this is gonna end this podcast because this is a very good one for episode 2. Thanks, Tony. I really appreciate it. We went a little long. I hopefully Raw is gonna be good tonight. By the time this podcast will be up, it'll be tomorrow. Um, do you think Raw is gonna be good on Monday?
It better be. It's last Raw before Payback.
Yeah.
The Authority's supposed to be coming back.
Yeah, it better be good.
Yeah, I wonder. I was watching some of Raw today, and I saw Kane pretty much made Kane was one to pretty much put Ambrose into the main event Payback.
Yeah.
And I wonder if like Triple H and Stephanie are gonna be like mad about that
Probably.
and try to take Ambrose out of the match.
Yeah. Oh, speaking of Dean Ambrose, do you think we're gonna see a reunited of the Shield at Payback?
I don't know. I feel like they might be just like teasing it, make people think it might happen, but I'm hoping like somebody turns heel.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I feel like it's probably more likely they're just like teasing it and hope it making people like want to watch the pay-per-view thinking maybe it'll happen. But I heard most likely reason Ambrose in the match just so like he can take the pin.
Yeah.
So they can protect Orton, Rollins, and Reigns.
Maybe
have Ambrose get pinned.
Maybe the Shield might reunite it this summer instead of Payback. Make it more bigger.
Yeah, I feel it's the Shield might come back someday,
Yeah.
but it's too early. No, don't do it now. I feel like they'd be panicking if they did now. Do it later, maybe a couple years.
Okay, Tony. I'm getting a little tired here, so it's been a long day. Hopefully you have a blast. You want to say anything else before we end this thing on a high note, Tony?
Yeah, I'm sure I'll just plug my Twitter again. It's really simple. My Twitter is @TonyKeger. I'm sure Ryry's gonna probably put a link in the description anyway.
Yeah, I sure will. Thank you very much, Tony, to come on board for episode 2. I think I'm gonna keep this name because I've been changing my podcast name a lot. So sorry, Wrestling Gurus. So that explains it. So hopefully this one sticks. I'm gonna do this time for time if I don't lose track of my episodes. So I'm out here, the host with the most, and my guest named Tony. So good night, my viewers, and I'll see you next episode number 3. If you want to be on board, just we could discuss it on Twitter. Don't forget, my viewers, it's teamryry32. Have a good night, and the champs We're out here. Good night.